You're listening to the Total Tees podcast. I'm joined today by Alec and Connor from Krome. Thanks for joining us, lads.
Thanks for having us, Ben.
Thanks for offering to come on as well, Alec. Because I was surely gonna ask you to come on at some point, but apparently somewhere along the line I didn't. So
you mentioned it to me before you asked Liam.
Did I?
I think I just said nah. I'm alright.
But then we realised we don't actually have a lot on in the band since nobody knows who we are, what we do. So we thought we'd do this.
Well, if you're hoping this podcast is going to help
This
people know who you are.
Watch out for Dylan Cartledge.
We've got so little going on that we thought this is probably the best use for it.
I mean, we can squeeze you in our busy schedule, we get quite a lot going on, but we're like...
So a lot of press to get through.
Things, anything, mainly deliveries and like... we don't do all that.
We get a solid 14 to 61 views here, so I mean,
that's good.
You're basically
that's
set.
Like the age range we aim for. 14 to 61.
So,
What are
right,
your demographics like, man?
my demographics are sort of the first 10, 20 people who see it in Teesside musicians and bands and stuff like that.
Any discernible patterns?
Most of them are from Teesside.
Interesting. Thoughts?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How many parents you got? Because it might just be like your parents listening, or one. Can you see it's more than one person?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have that problem when we first brought our first single out, and you get that Spotify for Artists app.
Yeah.
I thought we'd made it, and Connor had to keep bringing me down to earth. Like I couldn't get access to the app at first, so like every 20 minutes I'd be texting him saying, "How many streams have we got now?" And like, he'd say, "Oh, 10." Another hour later, "How many streams?" 9. It got down, and I thought it was class because like, even when it did go up and it got into the thousands and stuff like that, it was only actually like 2 listeners.
There was somebody
who just left it on.
Yeah.
Which is good, I suppose.
No. Well,
No, I mean it makes it look like
tricky,
you get. It's when it comes up with your streams on the thing, but it's.
You might get banned off
defeats the
Spotify
point.
if you release it.
Yeah.
right. I was quite woefully underprepared for this after big weekend, but also it's the first time I've had multiple people on, so we're having to. It was kind of a bad time to be like put on the back foot. Is there? So I've not really got a set of questions to ask like multiple people, so I've sort of had
Yeah.
to improvise.
That's the plan. Yeah, I know.
He knows all the answers anyway. He's been practicing for weeks.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm very glad to hear it.
Yeah.
But like obviously when we had Liam on, we could just rattle through like Neen and Matchstick Bonfire and Dreams of the Sun and the solo stuff and that. But I'm not gonna like ask like everything you've ever done and then everything you've ever done and stuff like that. What I will ask
It's all
is
the same stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm. We're usually in any band that one of us has been in, the other one's been in as well.
We're not very individual.
Oh, good. So
yeah. Takes 2 of us to match like one amateur.
right.
No further comments on that. We're both sort of at that level where if we play something by ourselves, it's shit.
Yeah.
But then if we play something together, it's louder.
Yeah.
So you can't tell it's just shit, it's distorted,
Ah, very clever. That's very
Sometimes
clever.
he has a B as well, which is fun.
That makes people like more interested because I think I'm interested when I have a beard.
Yeah.
Like my main sort of point of people being interested in me was I had long hair and a beard, and then I thought that was cool, and now I just look like a middle-aged mother.
The 5 o'clock shadow.
5 o'clock shadow. Yeah. Crow's feet. Snot fucking dripping down there.
19.
Curry spilling out my mouth.
One thing I will ask is, as an individual question though, is how did you both get involved in music? Because you started playing guitar like really young, didn't you, Connor?
Yeah, I think I was 9 or 10. Started getting lessons off Mark Bowden. I don't know if you know him.
I do recognise the name.
Yeah, he's a very talented guitarist, flamenco guitarist. So
That's yeah.
Yeah, so
Sort of.
I got lessons from him, and it was like quite a while before I joined the band. The first band I joined was Neen.
Was it?
Takeoff. Yeah.
Well, that's not strictly true, Connor, and we both know that. Because I don't know if you know about this, Alec, but me and Connor were in some like really fucking like deadly serious like threat to all the other bands in the scene bands when we were in school.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 I can remember. It was The Cages in the Bin.
The kids. Yeah.
I love that.
I think that was your
Class
name,
name.
idea.
does sound like something you'd come out
It's
with.
very funny, I'll give it that.
And then there was my personal favourite was the one, I think it was in college actually, was Cleft.
Mint.
And both had exactly 0 practices.
What's the point in starting a band if you're going to practice when you can spend all your time posing with instruments?
Well,
arguing with each other, man.
Arguing
Yeah.
with each
That's a
other.
big one.
Yeah. That's how all the best bands start.
Yeah, we had absolutely 0 practices, but we did have that one riff that you wrote that you proper hated. I remember finding it on my computer like a few
You
years
hated
back. No, you hated
Oh.
it. So I found it on my computer. I was like, "Oh yeah, do you remember this?" And you're like, "That is shit." What was I thinking? So anyway, how did the band sort of come together?
You've started it. So.
Originally, it was explain your heinous fucking crimes of music.
How dare you?
Originally, it
inflict
was
this
like
on humanity.
an acoustic 2-piece.
Uh-huh.
And that was about 5 years ago now, I think.
Mhm.
It was me and Richard who was the original rhythm guitarist.
Yeah.
And we just do like little gigs at Tuned In Redcar and proper shit, like. And neither of us were that good at music, but we sort of could make enough noise to sort of give off the impression that we were fairly decent. And
Mhm.
it was sort of like a overconfidence makes it seem like we knew what we were doing, when really it's 5 years down the line and I haven't got any
Probably
more of an idea
A bit better, I think.
on what to, yeah. No. And then we've had about 3 drummers. Our first one never drummed in his life.
Mhm.
He just wanted to join in.
Mm.
So he came to one of the practices we had, and it was just 2 guitarists and a drummer for a while, which sort of it didn't sound as full.
Mhm.
'Cause it was obviously you didn't have that sort of like the bass to go with the drums. It was just 2 out of tune guitars
Yeah.
and 2 guitarists who know maybe 4 chords. And I knew how to play "Wonderful Tonight." That's about it. That's like the extent of my solo. But I thought I was like on par with fucking Slash or something.
Yeah.
We ended up stumbling across Trixie, as he calls himself, because he was a friend of one of my friends from school, and he said he was looking for something to do. So I met him at a house party, and we ended up talking about a song by Priest, Lay Down, that was on Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ended up talking about that, and then he came for an audition once, and did loads of blast beats, and just like wanked over the kit, and we said, "You're in." And we ended up doing loads of shit bands for her. We were called Adrenaline, that was our first name.
Mhm.
Actually, no, we were called Beyond Titan to start with, and then we were called Adrenaline. We've had more name changes than Hot Dinners. And then we ended up playing gigs in like youth clubs and stuff like that, and instead of getting paid in currency, we'd get paid in like maybe currency. Yeah. We get paid in a can of Diet Coke to share between the 3. It was a can of Diet Coke and 3 straws. It was like the original sort of deal for us.
That was your record, dude.
Yeah, so we played for a while as like a 3-piece, and we did classic rock in that originally.
Mhm.
Quite a lot of sort of Alice Cooper and Queen and things like that.
Mhm.
And then we sort of just plodded along for a while until I met Connor in college. And then I asked him to join our band, which is when I joined Neen at the same time, because I was bored with Ben Adrenaline, because we weren't doing anything. So we had like a demo recording of one of our songs, and they were looking for a drummer, and I'd never drummed in my life either, but I showed them the recording and told them that Tatey on the drums was me. And then they said, "Oh, we'll have a practice next week." And I didn't have a drum kit or even any drumsticks.
Mhm.
So I sort of had to sit in my bedroom and air drum to these songs we were learning.
Mhm.
Completely wrong, right?
Mhm.
And we had a gig, 2 weeks after I joined or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It wasn't the best, but it was a laugh. After being in that for a while, I asked Connor if he wanted to do bass in our band.
Mhm.
And then about a week after you joined, we had a gig in Saltburn.
Yeah. And I never played bass before.
It was a good little sort of...
We're both pretty good at winging things.
Yeah. It sounds like he's moved fast as well. Like it's kind of like, do you want to join? We've got a gig next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
We didn't tell
Man.
him he had a gig until it was like 2 or 3 days before.
You should have just took him there and been like, "Oh, you're playing here, by the way."
There was no pressure or anything, like, was it? I mean, you joined a band where you'd never even heard the songs, never played the instrument,
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
never even met half the members.
Yeah, I think I had to buy a bass for the gig.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, it was good though. I remember the strap had loads of weed on it,
Yeah,
like
Still
ganja
got that
plants and
strap.
shit.
That
It was
sounds
very cool, very
that's-
hip.
Yeah, that
It
sounds
was.
really, really fucking edgy, to be honest. So yeah, what sort of music do you play now?
Just riffy nonsense.
A desperate attempt to seem relevant in like a fucking dying industry, is we thought we could stay rock, or
You became in a bad mood.
this is me in a good mood. Like we could start. I think, like when we became a 3-piece. So Richard left 2 years ago, was it?
Don't know. Yeah, something like that.
A while ago, and then we got another guitarist in, who was a guitarist in another band that me and Connor were in, the Strange Folk, who are no longer a band. And then he was in it for about 3 or 4 months or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left in December, of whatever year that was, because he had too much on. So we were going to get another guitarist, and we were just jamming once as a 3-piece. And we came up with the riff to our first single, Glory Hunter.
Right.
And we played through it, and it sounded pretty good, even for a 3-piece.
Yeah.
So we decided to sort of stick with that.
Yeah, we thought it sounded better as a 3-piece.
So you never, so you didn't have anything like sort of, so when you became a 3-piece, it was sort of like you didn't really have anything already made as a 4-piece. That was kind of like, well, we can't do this anymore. We better get another guy.
Yeah, well, we had some stuff. Do you mean like was the stuff that we had before that we couldn't play when we moved to like 3?
Yeah.
Everything.
We not everything. Like we ditched a lot of stuff.
Because a lot of it was written for 2 guitars, wasn't it?
A lot of it was written for 2 guitars. A lot of it was like totally different style than what we could achieve with 3 people, I think. So we just changed it to more riffy sort of stuff, as opposed to like the classic rock.
Right, okay. So is there any interest in sort of doing them tracks again at some stage, or?
The old ones?
Yeah.
If we made them good, possibly. I think it doesn't really fit in with what sort of style we are now.
Yeah.
Because we're more riffy. I don't know, I mean, back then I used to love a guitar solo, because I was still in that sort of phase where I thought it was cool to go and see a band and watch a guitarist
Yeah.
like wanking over the fretboard for fucking like 20-30 minutes of the gig.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, it's partly because I can't be arsed. I sound class, mate. I sound well, like my music.
No, I've never heard you so self-deprecating.
Well, I just mean with the solos, and I never get the inspiration anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped practicing for about 2 years. The past 2 years, I had that much on.
Yeah.
I couldn't practice, but then there was I had a change in March, and then I suddenly got all this free time back, and I've started practicing again, and I'm slowly getting more into it. But I think with the style of music we do now, anyway, guitar solos would seem out of place. Like we're working on a new song at the moment called "That Girl." It's just something that sort of whacked out. Because I had writer's block for a while as well. Yeah. And it's basically there must be about where there's a myriad of riffs in there, and it's not something that you'd hear on the radio, certainly not, but it's fun for us to play. I think that's the main thing. Yeah. For us in the band is not other people enjoying it, it's us enjoying it. Which we don't even do anyway.
Oh yeah, we started writing because I think when there was 4 of us, you'd sort of write songs for the sake of like we need to write a song.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like you just build it around a riff that sounds fun or something.
Yeah.
And if you play it a few times and you're bored of it, we'll just ditch it and do something else.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Which is more fun.
We've done that a lot.
We have.
So
we keep some.
So I'm getting as an answer to the question that the music you play is a vague attempt to sound relevant when you can be asked.
Yeah, that's
what you said.
Right.
No, I mean, it's whatever.
It's not about being. What do you mean staying relevant? Relevant to him?
I don't know. I'm not even relevant anyway, really. I don't even know how to fucking say it, to be honest. We play it sort of whatever. I don't know. It's a nice release for me after work. If you've been working all week, to sort of get together with the band and just play it, even if it isn't something that people enjoy. Yeah. Listening to, I mean, in the style of music. We play it to sort of, I don't know, keep the band relevant to myself more than anything. Yeah. Because if I'm playing stuff, trying to make it seem as though I'm playing stuff for other people, it wouldn't seem as interesting to me. But if I'm playing stuff just for a bit of crap. Yeah. Like at practice, we have a laugh all the time. Yeah. Not necessarily by playing the music, but like, say, Connor will stare at Turkey when he's drumming to try and put him off. Or like, we'll be playing something and we'll do like a something that sounds a little bit heavy, so like we'll instantly go like a crab stance and stuff. Like that. Nobody's watching us, but to us it's funny. Yeah. That's the important part of being in the band, I think, is being still have that laugh. Yeah. When not. Well,
you've got to be able to enjoy it at the end of the day.
I enjoy it. I'm just a moody twat.
Yeah, I'm quite like that. Yeah.
You've got glitter in your beard, Ben.
I've not got glitter in my beard. Oh dear, where is that?
I'm surprised that isn't cheering you up.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just pining for the fjords.
Yeah. Hot Contents. That came out when was that? Like I want to say that was last July. Am I right?
Was it July?
On the way off?
I think it might come out in like late July.
Maybe.
We had an album release sort of party
Yeah.
for the disc copies on August 11th.
Yeah.
That was quite good.
That
was really good.
That I didn't go to because that is my birthday,
why it
so
was
I was
good.
like, nah, fuck that. I want to do something decent on my birthday.
Something decent.
Couldn't tell you what I did, like, but yeah. So how did you like sort of come to record that? Like, was it just sort of like you'd finished all these tracks and it was time to do it, or
Did we even have the tracks before we decided to record?
Yeah.
We had one or two.
No, we had them all.
Did we? Yeah. I thought we wrote Nosebleed like the week before.
No, we didn't. Those we wrote
Oh.
the first ever time we jammed together.
Yeah, and that was part of Glory Hunter originally, wasn't it? The riff, the chorus riff. We had as
Yeah.
sort of like a run on. That was meant to be the verse for Glory Hunter,
okay?
but it didn't fit.
So now we're getting the inside story of all the tracks. Fuck no.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I know. Every Krome fan everywhere has been wondering whether that song's riff was originally
Every
part
Krome
of
fan
Glory
everywhere
Hunter.
is in this fucking room.
There's only two of them.
So was it just a case of you just decided to do it one day, or had you been wanting to do it, like record stuff for a while and just hadn't quite done it? Got there.
I wanted to record something for a while,
Yeah.
but I never thought we'd get around to it, and it was only when Connor joined the band that I saw that we would be able to do something like that, because he sort of had a clue what he was doing,
Yeah.
whereas like he had some sort of like drive, and he, unlike other people that had been in the band before, if I made an idea that was shit, he'd tell me it was shit.
Yeah.
Which is what, like, when you're going to record an album, you can't put shit tracks on there.
Yeah.
Whereas other people, they'd not been asked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had contacts as well. That's how we recorded it through Jamie Donnelly.
Yeah.
He did the recording for us. And so we knew him through Connor. Because we used to go like to Pilates together.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
So are the contents still hot, or have you got something else in the pipeline? Lukewarm
content.
Like room temperature now. It's been like a year.
Yeah, it's cooling down a bit. It's on the windowsill.
It's not stored in like a thermos or anything. It's just
Not yet, anyway.
So you've mentioned the new single. Is that just did you just make that, or was that part of like a plan for like another thing?
I'd wanted to do a new single for a while, but I'd had writer's blocks. Like I hadn't written a song. The last song I wrote was Nosebleed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe a year. I've written things since then, but the shit.
Yeah.
So it's like something that might sound good at the time, but then after playing it, like even just to myself while I'm writing it, you sort of you get bored of it before you finish the song. So I didn't think it was that good, but I tried all these different methods to get over writer's block. I ended up meditating, and then for like 5 minutes. Never done it before. It was one of the hardest things I've done in my life. And then setting a timer for 3 minutes and just writing down words, like the first things that come to my head, just writing and not stopping, and like allowing myself to write something that's shit. So I think that's the hardest part about writing a song, is expecting to write something good.
Yeah.
But if you sort of free your mind of that and think, I'm going to write something, don't care if it's shit, don't care if it's good, you just roll with it.
Yeah.
And then I sort of just came up with it. I don't know if we're going to do anything with the single.
Yeah.
We like to, when we make a song, we'll give it like a live trial and then see how people react. And if they react well to it and we get like a louder applause than we did to something else, then we'll pursue that. And we might record it or do a video. But if we get sort of like a smattering of applause and someone shouting you shit at what time does the band start, which we get all the time. It's not only my dad that shouts that. We'll just ditch it. We've done that a few times. We did have a song last year. Never had a name.
I don't know then.
It's the one we played at that gig for Peter.
Do you want to hunt it? Oh, I remember, yeah.
And then we gigged that about twice. And it was fun, but we just hated playing it, so we dropped it. And
well, I mean, there's not really much point in playing a fine song if you don't enjoy playing it. So.
There was one part that was really good. Like the end of that song was really fun.
where it stops.
Yeah,
I can't even remember how it goes.
no, it's sped up a bit.
Did it?
Yeah. If we're thinking of the same song.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, like towards the end.
Fucking hell, we're getting an exclusive now.
It was gorgeous.
Krom's going to get all of this.
So, what are your sort of aims for the band or in music in general? Is it just like something to do, or would you like to do it as like a career? Would that like?
I'm not particularly interested in it as a career.
I think it'd take the fun out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, it's nice to go to work,
Yeah.
slag away, and then have this to sort of unwind with. I think if it might, I don't. Obviously, I've never done it as a career, so it might be completely different. But to me, I think if you did do it as a career, you'd get bored of it really quickly.
Yeah.
Having every day you have to sort of work on a new piece of music or stuff like that. I think it'd take the sort of thrill away from it.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't. But I mean, a lot of people.
It's nice to think it would.
Yeah. It's nice. It's it's nice to pretend it's a choice to not make it a career.
Yeah, we're just not about that really.
No, I get that a lot. I kind of feel like it'd be nice to do something as your hobby, and then that turn into something you actually get paid for and everything. But obviously, I completely understand sort of that it would feel a bit shit if you just felt like you were forced to come up with something new like every day.
It feels forced.
Yeah.
I think the novelty would wear off pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Really. I mean, it already has. I'm joking.
Probably cut that. Yeah. There's only so many miserable comments you can keep.
Yeah, we don't want to make it seem like I'm fucking knocking on heaven's door. It isn't as bad as I'm making it out to be.
Yeah.
It has its ups and downs.
So you've talked about your gig on Saturday already. While we've been chatting, not actually on the show. So
yeah, for like an hour.
It's fucking pointless me saying that, wasn't it? Should we try and introduce that one again? So you've got a show on Saturday.
We do.
Is there anything else going on? Well, that's at Empire.
Where it's in like the upstairs.
The chapel, I think it's called.
In the chapel, right?
Yeah, Swears and Whale Hill.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. Good lineup. Have you got anything else planned?
Gig wise.
Gig wise, song wise, anything?
Song wise though.
Fingers crossed. I'm after a new sound though. Because I like Glory Hunter and I like Hot Contents, but I want to keep progressing as a band.
Yeah.
Do something fucking mental.
Yeah.
Whether or not people will like it is another story, but it's like
very cool.
Oh yeah.
So, what would you say is the best gig you've played?
Best gig we've played? That one that we did in Normanby, just because it was weird. Like, it was a really trippy gig.
Yeah, it was like that.
We were just like too pissed to play, basically.
Right.
We still managed to play well, which I don't advise getting drunk and playing gigs because
you think you sound good, but you don't.
Yeah, it's
but in this case, we actually did sound good.
Uh-huh.
It's in video, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was actually. We were just.
That was someone.
It was like performance art then,
actually. Someone like there was a raffle on. It was like a fundraiser type thing. There was a raffle and there was like DVDs on the raffle. It was like was it 10 greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, like a showcase of fucking like boxers from the 70s and stuff.
Yeah.
Someone came up to me halfway through our set and said, "Will you auction this?" So I said, "All right." So obviously too pissed to care. I'm on the microphone and I'm saying, "Who wants to bid £5 on this?" Next thing you know, like no one's fucking saying anything back, so I get Connor on the other microphone going until somebody in the background shouted £20 to shut us up and launch the DVD over there. I said, £20! I don't think anybody like actually paid for it or bought the DVD.
Yeah.
They just smashed on the floor.
Just wanted to get on with it. That was a good one.
I just like weird gigs.
So where was that?
Normanby.
Oh, right, okay.
Famous Normanby.
So where would you say is like your favourite venue?
Taft House was great fun.
It was good.
As a venue, I don't know. Where have we played?
Well, it's Taft House.
Good to know you've had one show.
Really, I don't really think I have a favourite venue. It's always just the audience for me.
Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, you could play at an amazing venue,
mm-hmm.
but there could be nobody there. You could play at like a little khaki sort of shit venue, but there could be loads of people there.
Yeah,
It's the people that make the gigs for me.
Yeah, it's fair. I never think about that venue was such a good space or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's about like the response you get and how involved everyone is.
Okay, fair enough. And who would you say is sort of like the best band to play with? Or like your favourite band you've played with?
Saints of War, because they let us use their amps.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well,
Good lads.
Yeah. The music's fine as well.
Yeah.
We normally go actually after we play first, and then we use their amps, and then we go.
Without telling anyone.
We just slip out the back. I think I like Arkmind as well.
Yeah, those two bands. Just because we played that one gig with them both.
Yeah.
It was a good gig. So.
Yeah. Everyone likes each other.
Fair enough. What would you say is like the best gig you've been to? That could be like a local show or a big show, or one of your own shows for that matter, to be fair.
Definitely won't be one of our own.
I don't know. Have we been to any together that were particularly good?
Airborne was pretty good.
But yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Where was that? Newcastle?
Newcastle.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than that, actually.
It was a while ago. You were still wearing daft, like, bandanas, hanging out your trousers and stuff.
I used to dress like a sort of a weird pirate.
Right.
And I thought I looked cool because I was still sort of stuck in the 80s.
Yeah.
But we went to see Airborne, and it was Krome opening for them.
Mm-hmm.
Krome's the best band I've ever seen live.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because of just the energy on stage. Like, they get the audience involved.
Yeah.
And they've just got, like, they just jump around.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're enjoying themselves, which is the most important thing. You get a lot of like live bands these days that they might bop around, but they don't smile like, at the audience or at each other. And that's important for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Seeing that they're having a good time.
Yeah, good point. That's like lively music as well. And it's the sort of music that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because we just became like 3-piece. So at that time.
Do you have any like crazy gig stories or anything like that? Or any crazy stories as a band for that matter?
Pretty tame, to be honest.
I don't know, you should have been recording before. There's probably stuff that we wouldn't want to talk about.
When that time, that Halloween party was it with you, me,
and
Teddy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't a gig, that was just a weird story.
So like we were spending a bit of time bonding.
Yeah.
If anyone is squeamish that's listening, I wouldn't listen. It was a Halloween party, and like, back in the days when house parties were all the go, well, which was brilliant because we loved it back then.
Mm-hmm.
So we all met the band, being Connor and myself, and I think Richard might have been there as well. And I'm not 100% sure, but
possible.
I know the other two lads were definitely with.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through a phase of like I even wore fucking fingerless leather gloves. I thought that was cool back then.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't cool because they were my mum's old gloves that didn't fit me when they were normal. So I cut the fingers off and then I put them on, like they were so tight on my hands that I couldn't take them off. But I'd like go to a house party with a litre of Jack Daniels and I'd drink it straight, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But like now I can't. Like it's just I'd hit myself if I saw myself back then. Now I'd just run at myself.
Yeah. I mean, I did that myself.
Quite a lot, yeah. He pushed me over so much. It was funny, like, he could send me miles.
Yeah, we were at Josh's flat in Newcastle, like in his second year at uni or something. He came to one of his parties and he was just being a dickhead. He drank his full bottle of Jack.
Yeah.
He was just being a general monk. And then I can't remember what triggered it, but I just basically picked him up by the scruff of his neck and flung him across and carried on like 20 feet.
No bad blood or anything, you know. I was just sort of like skidding across there like he'd just been playing fucking balls with me or something. I was giggling. It was alright from there. But this one Halloween night, we went to the shop and we bought a big crate of Fosters and a litre of Jack Daniels. And we came back to my house first and had a few drinks. And then we decided to like start walking to this house, and obviously we were young delinquents, so we got a can each and like hid it in our jackets when we said bye to my parents so they couldn't see we were drinking open alcohol in the street. And we're walking through the streets of Redcar on the way to this house drinking like tins of Fosters. I think we were pretty badass if you ask me. So we get to this party anyway, we're having a good time. It was just like any other house party, you know, we're all mingling amongst each other. I'm knocking back this Jack Daniels and drinking, like mixing cans of beer in with it and all that. So it's like I knew it wasn't going to be a good sort of end. And then I was talking to somebody, like getting to know them a bit, and then I felt a little bit queasy. So I went upstairs to the toilet, and I removed my undergarments,
Dropped a trout.
dropped the trout, sat down in the toilet, and my neck over the sink, and then I shit with enough force to like throw up as well. So like, we sort of out both ends, and it propelled me out. You know, like you see them like jetpacks and like Japan and stuff where they're strapping them like the life jackets and they go, like it shoots them up. That's what I felt like. And time went fucking slowly as landed on the floor, and I'm just sort of a puddle of fucking filth. Yeah. It's really nothing to brag about, but it's funny. So I have no shame anymore. So I stand up, pull my trousers back on, and I still felt a bit sick. So I sit on the toilet, head over the sink, ready to sort of do a bit more damage. Little did I know, like the first time that I exploded, I left the seat down. So I just shit on the seat. When I pulled my trousers on and sat back down on the toilet, I was sitting on something other than porcelain to catch my breath. Yeah. So I sorted myself out a little bit, came around, went downstairs, sat on this person's cream sofa. All I heard was, Alex fucking shit all over my bathroom. And I shit myself, but I didn't know what was fucking... I shit myself in the literal sense. But I was like, I had no idea what was going on. And Connor ended up having to drag me away and stumbling through this house party, still wanting to get my Jack Daniels. That's probably the most mental story I can think of us, the three of us as a band. Is just the most humiliating one for me, is just shitting myself. Looking back now, I don't regret it. I'd do it again in an instant. Yeah. Well worth it, yeah.
Well, just to let you know, you're not welcome in the toilet while you're here.
Nice colour sofa. Be a shame if someone was to defecate on themselves and then sit on your sofa.
I feel like Connor's already done that, to be fair.
I haven't.
Well,
so I can confirm that he has. Oh. He's currently turtling on your sofa right now.
I thought he might have had a bit of an accident last time he was here, to be fair, when Fred went for you.
I was mainly pissed though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Blood, actually.
Blood?
Is in
just...
blood?
Yeah.
Unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
Yeah. Medically worsened.
That's the title of our new album. Krome, medically worsened. Actually, I'll show you a picture here. Which is great for the people listening because they can't see. It's funny though.
If you send me the picture, I can put it on the video version, like on the YouTube version. Yeah, I think actually it's really good. I think the composition is what stands out most about this picture.
See, now what we do is we build it up so people listening think, oh, that's probably actually a really good photo. They're laughing because it's got like a little wacky theme. But I'm looking forward to seeing it when he uploads it, and then like, they'll actually. I mean, it makes me feel sick looking at that.
It is really good.
It's a really good photo, yeah. Just not like of me.
Did your leg heal up all right after the last time?
It's all good. Do you want to check?
It's not scarred or anything.
No. Which leg was it?
Well, it's probably not scarred if you can't remember which leg it is.
He's scarred mentally.
Can't remember. It's probably that. I think it was that one.
Oh, so he has a little bit then.
Maybe. I got my jabs in my hand.
Oh, that's good.
I'll give you a few.
I felt a bit scarred, to be fair. I mean, that's probably like the worst I've ever felt about Freddie biting someone. Not the worst I've ever felt about anything, just about Freddie biting someone. No, he has bit a lot of people, to be fair. But he's locked up today. And I thought, well, it's better than having him bite you again. Or even worse. Wasn't ruling out the possibility that Connor might bite him. So I thought, best just keep separate. Just rips his fucking leg off. So, do you want to talk about...
No.
Do you want to talk about what would have been your time on the Mighty Red Car, just to sort of finish us off?
No. So, when they were filming the Mighty Red Car, I put my name forward to be on it. And they followed me for a while, with like a film crew and sort of at work and stuff like that. Didn't get on in the end, which I wasn't too bothered about looking back, because they followed the band quite a bit. And I thought we were really cool with what we were saying and how we were acting and that, but it just... I remember specifically they followed us to this one gig and they did footage of us sort of preparing for this gig and travelling to the gig, and you know exactly what it's going. It's cringy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I was cringing at the time thinking, I hope this doesn't go on the television.
So they were like, they were doing a little bit of footage of all getting dressed and stuff like that, which at first I thought a bit seedy, but sex sells. So like back then I'd never went to the gym in my life. I had a body like a wafer, like a nice wafer.
No, you can do better than that.
I'm on the spot.
Yeah, it wasn't like a wafer, because it implies it was rigid. It was fragile like a wafer. It was more like It's like it was
a mound of makeup wipes.
It was like a pile of hacky sacks.
So I was getting ready and I made him stand in this sort of angle where if I position myself in the mirror, in the window, the natural light would come in and make it look like I have a good body when I didn't at all. I mean, there was fucking ketchup stains down my chest. It'd be good if there was. It'd have a little bit more fucking flavour.
Yeah, to your chest.
My chest, yeah. But they recorded us in the hotel room and then on the way to the gig and at the venue itself, and it wasn't bad. But I think if that went out, it wouldn't be. I mean, by the time it was all finished, we'd changed style completely.
Yeah.
So it'd be sort of like a false representation.
Yeah.
Still made it out of the opening credits though. Me and Richard sat by the fire, smouldering, with a fucking guitar, looking at each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Quite nice. And that's as far as it goes.
Well, you've got to feel like maybe there was a guy who sat there like, oh look, that's the bloke from Krome in the credits. Can't wait for his episode.
It was maybe my family.
Well, I think that's more or less everything I needed to cover, but I'll just quickly check I've not forgotten anything. So when I had my last guest on, Steve-O, I forgot to ask if he was influenced by Portnoy from Dream Theater, because I shit you not, he is the spitting image of him.
Really?
Yeah. It could be the exact same guy.
Yeah.
It probably is. He probably took a break from Dream Theater and the Winery fucking Dogs.
The Winery fucking Dogs.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, yeah, I think that's basically everything. So, thank you for joining us, lads.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
And if you want to check out Krome, which you really should, you can find their social links everywhere you can find the show. So hopefully it shouldn't be too hard to find from there.
Delete the page.
Encrypted.
Oh, by the way, we're breaking it.
If you have enjoyed the show, please follow our Facebook page, our SoundCloud and our YouTube, and tell your friends as well. Here to play us out is whatever Krome song we decide on putting on at the end. Because you literally said the exact opposite songs to each other.
Oh, really?
You listed all 5 of your tracks.
Just give you a discography. What songs were on last? All of them.
Just stick the songs on instead.
Stone Temple Pilots or something. Yeah. Put something on that no one knows and pretend it's us. Put some Mika, that'd be good.
Oh, yeah.
Put on one of my ambient tracks and tell them it's you guys, and then they'll be very confused when they find what content. It's not just like wiggly keyboard nonsense.
Wiggly. It's wiggly, alright.
But anyway, thank you for listening. If you tune in 2 weeks from when this episode goes out, that'll be our second music show. And if you make music yourself and you'd like your tracks featured on that show, check out the Total Tees podcast Facebook page for how you can get your tracks featured. In fact, if you just message the tracks to the Facebook page, we'll get you on that way. So, thanks again for joining us, lads. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thumbs up, everyone.